What's going on? This is My Life in the Shop. I'm your host, Donald Washington. I got Dante Sampson here. I want to bring y'all my input on the Dr. Umar situation, Boyce Watkins, and Tariq Nasheed. Now, 2 days ago, Dr. Umar addressed Boyce Watkins and Tariq Nasheed. Now, I've been following Boyce Watkins. I follow all three of them. I respect all three of them. Now, Boyce Watkins, I've been watching him make several videos about Dr. Umar. Now, I feel, my personal opinion is this. If you disagree, especially in the black community, we need our unity within the community. And if you had a personal issue, as far as if he was doing something that was out of line, that was detrimental to the community, I feel the need to address it. But as far as his doctorate, I don't think that's any of our business. What you think, Dante?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I like them. I like all three of them. I think that's the problem is that I think we just need to work together instead of just voicing everybody having their difference of opinion. We need to work together. I think that's the main thing. Coming together as black men. We don't need no more divide and I can do this better, I can do that better. We need to work together. We don't have that many brothers that voices their opinion anyway, so we need to really come together and be able to tackle. What are you saying? I'm saying.
But you know what, man? I'm with Dr. Umar when he say, man, he told Dr. Boyce Watkins, man, you make another video about me, it's personal. We're going to have some type of exchange. And I feel him on that because I watched Dr. Boyce Watkins make several videos, and for one, his doctor degree ain't none of our business. As long as you educating the community, and there's nobody that can educate the community as much as Dr. Umar. Facts, you can watch Dr. Umar's live feeds on whether it's YouTube, Facebook or Instagram. Dr. Umar brings thousands of people in his rooms. Tariq Nasheed and Boyce Watkins brings not even hundreds. I've seen Boyce Watkins do 40, 50 people in his live feed on Facebook. So, you know, man, I feel Dr. Umar when he say, and then Tariq Nasheed, I feel that it was a misunderstanding. Now, I think that Dr. Umar should have just let it go. What Tariq Nasheed said about Dr. Umar was that even if he did steal the money, the people should just chalk that up. And that's why Dr. Umar didn't like that particular statement. What you think?
Okay, so what now? When you say stole the money, who was accused of stealing money?
So now, Dr. Umar, everybody donated to Dr. Umar for Dr. Umar's black-owned school, and so now he hasn't gotten the school.
Oh, okay.
So now everybody's accusing him of stealing money. But Dr. Umar's stance is we give $9 billion to black-owned hair. We give Mercedes-Benz, Air Jordans, billions a year, and they haven't did nothing for the black community. We donate to somebody in the black community, and we all up in arms. But don't get me wrong, if you donated, you should have to be able to question where your money go. But however, when Tariq Nasheed said, hey, y'all should charge that to the game, Dr. Umar should just let that go. Now, I think in that sense, Dr. Umar was bogus for addressing Tariq Nasheed. He should just let it go and said, I'm disappointed. I'm going to bring y'all Dr. Umar's statement on Tariq Nasheed.
You're not for me. You're not against me. I ain't appreciate that. If you're not for me, why make a comment at all? Then you go on this thing about I'm neutral.
So, I get it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to make a video, if I'm not for you, if I'm not going to defend you, I'm not going to make a video. And Tariq Nasheed, this is supposed to be your man's. So what's your input on that?
That's sad. I mean, I hope to see that's the problem. I think that's the problem when you have two black men, you know, that's having a certain conflict, and that's what we really don't need. That we really don't need that. We don't need that kind of media exposure where we have two prominent black men that's on the come up. Argue. I think we really need to settle that as we go into the new year. So they need to really kind of sit down, man to man, you know, black man to black man, and then resolve that conflict. Like I said, Mr. Watkins, I listen to him too. I get a lot of emails from him. So a lot of his stuff that he does, it's more of letters and where he voices statement. Right. He's not really like videos. A lot of his stuff, he writes columns.
Right, he writes columns.
I like all three of them. I like them. I like all three of them. It's more brothers that I like that I get into as far as the message. You know what I'm saying? Now, the message is about us, about uplifting the community, uplifting black people, especially black men. Black men need to be uplifted. We need more outlets so we can do more things. Like I said, more education in the school. I think we have to educate ourselves. We can't rely on the school system, man. The school system in Chicago sucks, man. It's not really helping, helping our children. We can't expect them to help.
And so,
say it again.
One of his avenues is Chicago, Dr. Umar Johnson, and that's something black people need. The education from Dr. Umar Johnson, he's like the Malcolm X of today. And so I feel that, man, he had a right to address, issues that he's having with Boyce Watkins. I think he should have let the one with Tariq Nasheed go. But for me, Tariq Nasheed, man, is like his response was totally out of line. I'm gonna bring y'all Tariq Nasheed's response right here. Here go Dr. Tariq Nasheed's response.
All right, because I'm recording this now, but I got to address this fat fuck nigga, Dr. Umar Johnson. Now he just did a live video. Now let me start over. For those who don't know, Umar, the moist fucking walrus-looking nigga.
Now to me, I respect I respect Tariq Nasheed from his Hidden Colors, his documentaries. He just did a good documentary on Haiti. But to me, his response was unprofessional. I think all three of these are unprofessional responses to each other. And I'm disappointed in all three. I still ride with all three, even though they don't ride with each other, because they are helping and contributing to the black community. But Tariq Nasheed's response was totally out of line, in a way.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's to say those words, that harsh verbal words, fat, blank, fat, and this is a brother that was on all three of his videos.
Right.
There's got to be an issue that needs to be resolved, because true, again, not trying to, Umar was a contributor to Hidden Colors.
Absolutely.
When I heard Umar on Hidden Colors, I was blown away from the number 1 up to 4, and he's a bit of a major contributor to Tariq. But something happened, and I begged them both to get together and resolve that issue, because something is, to say those kind of words. So, brother, you know how we are. When you say those kind of words, okay, it's time to knuckle up.
But
it needs to be addressed.
But you know what?
Say it again.
I kind of. Tariq Nasheed, I definitely don't feel him coming that way, because he seemed like one of them dweebs you go beat up and he go straight to police and say he did it. That's how I feel Tariq Nasheed is, man. He one of them that, why would you talk all that? And wait, let me bring some of the other stuff Tariq Nasheed said, man.
Insecure fat fuckboy. You understand? So a lot of people, they know, and let's be real, at this point, you guys understand, even fans of his, you know that this nigga's a fucking con artist at this point. You know good and fucking well this nigga ain't about to build no school. That's why I ain't about to be out here lying for this nigga. There is no school. There is no school, and there never was. This nigga is a traveling preacher. I'm the biggest scholar. I'm the most requested scholar on the planet. Nigga, they request us all over the place, but I don't just take any fucking lecture because I run businesses. That's not my only source of income, and other people ain't bragging about going on lectures. We've been going on lectures for years. People in the Cabo, just so many people, they've been doing lectures for the longest. That ain't shit.
So I feel his response is totally inappropriate. I think he should have addressed it and left it there. Like, look here, here's what it is. But I'm disappointed in all three of them. But however, Tariq Nasheed's, I respect his documentaries, but I never followed him on YouTube for real. I never, in fact, nobody, like if he does a live video, nobody's really watching it. But Dr. Umar, on the other hand, man, everybody pays attention. And I think both of them helped each other as far as with the Hidden Colors brand. That put Dr. Umar on. Ever since that, most people found out about Dr. Umar through that. But Tariq Nasheed put him on by having him in there. So they both have a mutual respect towards each other because both of them made it. Go ahead.
The thing is, Donald, is that, okay, Hidden Colors, bam. I heard of Hidden Colors through Tariq. I saw the first video. Bam. Then the second video. Okay. All those, Claude Anderson, I think you, introduced me to Claude Anderson. I was already reading the ISIS paper with Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, a few other scholars in the video. But like I said, Umar to me had grabbed it because again he was coming with a lot of facts, a lot of information, which a lot of them did. So. Again, big ups to Tariq. I think that the problem is that, I think that's the problem with a lot of us, is that enviness. We don't know how to congratulate brothers. If he was doing the school, I commend him. If he wasn't, the karma of him not doing the school will manifest, that he's not going to be able to, he's going to lose his credibility. I don't want that, but it just seems like every time a brother try to make something happen, there's always some negative, some negative vibe or negative press or something, comes up that destroys it. We don't need no more brothers, losing their credibility. We don't have a lot of them as it is. If you talk about the younger demographics of men, they're gravitating to, rappers and football players, baseball players, basketball players. We need more scholars that we can gravitate to that can help us go to the next level. Like you said, understanding about finance, understanding about being a man and taking care of your family. So I think it's very important that these brothers sit down and air out their differences before it gets catastrophic.
Right, because
that makes sense.
As a black man, we have just extra that aggressiveness to where if something happens and somebody comes at us the wrong way, we immediately want to damn near fight. And that's
that's the problem. And see, to break it down, that's the conditioning. That's the conditioning of all of us. We're very hostile. We don't have anything as it is. All we have is just what we have, our space, our inner space. Our circumference, who we are. Don't come in my face. Don't stand too close to me, bro. So the thing is that when you have these brothers that's trying to enlighten us and take us to the next level, please, they need to air out their differences. If they're like I said, they listen to this show. Hey brothers, I listen to both of y'all. I listen to Bryce. I like these brothers. I listen to them. We don't need the conflict. It's not. It is very detrimental. Because then there's no growth. Then it's gonna spark up a whole nother. We don't need another Tupac Biggie with these scholars.
Right.
That's the most tricky part about it. So that's the. We don't need that. And then so it's just it's sad. It's really sad. But again. Brothers need to come together. We need to come together. Like I said, this is the last of 2017. I think now we need to move forward in, coming together, working out these issues, because the bigger picture is us getting ahead as African American men, along with our sisters. To build up a foundation. To build up a foundation where we can be able to flourish in this community. We don't have that. As it is,
you don't have, and you
say it again.
And then now our children, and just like you say, they idol these rappers who are telling you to rape your sister, rape your women, kill your brothers, to use drugs, sell drugs, and that's what's cool, to have a felony, to go to jail in and out. That's who they look up to. So now our scholars, who were our leaders in the community, when we see them beefing together, what do you think these children are going to turn up to be?
Right. Well, but that's already that's what's happening already. That's already has manifested. And again, I don't want to name drop, but a lot of the, my demographic. I'm 47. that form of lifestyle has already been there, and it's just trickling down. You know, it's trickling down. My nephews, you know, and they're you know, their demographic, so it's already there. So we don't have enough to say stop. And then when you finally get some scholars that's trying, and then now they're at war or at conflict, it sets us back. You know what I mean? It's just, it sets us back that, hey, we don't have enough. We don't have, you know, so really the damage control need to be stopped. You know, when he said those verbal words to the brother, I said, oh man, hey, hold on, let's get together and resolve this issue. Let's work. Hey, you know, I want you to shine. I want everybody to shine. It's not, you know, it shouldn't be this. You know, we need to come together. Black men need to come together. We already at war with each other over this nonsense anyway. And the conditioning of us hating on each other is constant. It's a constant battle, bro. It's a constant battle. You know, you can't even go outside. You know, brothers are getting shot. You know, it's sad. It's really sad.
And yeah, the black community, and we need our black leaders. But you know what? Dr. Umar is correct about the schools. We definitely need our own schools. Reason why we let the schools and we let other people outside of our community dictate who our leaders is. They taught us Martin Luther King was our leaders, but they never taught us Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, or Marcus Garvey. We don't even, most people think Christopher Columbus discovered America. That's why we need our own schools. We don't even know nothing about our motherland. We don't know nothing about Africa. If you ask anybody about Africa, or I didn't even know about the Haitian Revolution till just recently.
Right, exactly. Well, see, man, you know, again, there's some brothers out there. That's the truth part about it. There's some brothers out there that's dropping information. You know, there's brothers out there trying to get to school and trying to have their own institution. Yeah, again, there's red tape. There's constant red tape. You know, being accredited to to have a school. So, you know, there are brothers out there that's doing it. And, you know, it's on a small scale, but I still commend them. You know, they might have five children in class, but it's still, you know, they still doing it. And like I said, it's definitely needed. It's definitely, education is truly needed on educating the young generation. Myself too. I mean, I can still learn. You know, I'm not that old. But we talk about Harriet Tubman, you know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. And see, if you look at it, that's a wide gap from that point up to now. And, you know, Martin Luther King has been gone almost 40 years, you know, and same thing with Malcolm X. Who did we have from the 60s up to 2017? You had sprinkles of leaders, you know, I mean, the late, great Harold Washington, but then, you know, Jesse Jackson, but then, what you say?
The reason why we only had sprinkles of leaders is because we don't own our own schools. We let the schools dictate who our leaders is. So they taught us Martin Luther King, that was it in elementary. So that's who our leader was. But we never had a black-owned school to tell us, man, here go Tariq Nasheed, or here go Dr. Umar, here go Boyce Watkins, or whoever. So we never had that. So we ran with what we had, what we kept learning about. We never had Harriet Tubman. We never learned about Brother Malcolm X. I didn't even know Malcolm X was really teaching financial literacy and economic development, as in spend your money in your own community. Do not go out. Why are you? And that's the thing he had with Dr. Martin Luther King. Go ahead.
Well, see, you know, not only just him. I mean, you know, Fred Hampton talked about that. Bobby Seale talked about that. There's a lot of other brothers that talk about financial literacy. I mean, Ron Brown. You know, Ron Brown. If you read Napoleon Hill, Ron Brown was talking about. He was gone. So there's a lot more brothers that was talking about it. You know, financial literacy, knowing your money. Again, like I said, not having the school, but again, I can't blame not having a black school for us not being financially literate. You know, not having enough. It's, you know, for one, it does start with the home, you know, as far as, you know, going back to our home. Our parents and grandparents really didn't have it. So again, that is a systematic breakdown. We always been taught to work, save money if you can, work. That's it. Not building your wealth. So again, there's only a small sprinkle of financial advisors, if you say African American, that can tell you about your wealth. That can tell you about neighborhood wealth, how the neighborhood grow. But then you do your research. Okay, Chicago, Black Wall Street of Chicago, the black neighborhoods that did have money circulating, and then other, if you like said more history, Oklahoma, Philadelphia, where you had black businesses, but that got torn down. I'm just keep real. Caucasians was a part of that.
Definitely.
And we can't. I can't. I'm not gonna say, hey, I need these three brothers. We need them, but we also need more. We need more. I can't put my whole life on these three brothers to say, okay, hey, I got to get up here and make some moves. Brothers like yourself with these outlets, they're saying, okay, hey, bam, okay, this is what needs to be done. So I can't just say, okay, hey, Mr. Umar, Mr. Tariq, Mr. Watkins, to educate me. We got to get out here and educate myself. There's some books out here, Think and Grow Rich, really good book. Rich Dad Poor Dad, really good book. Celestine Prophecies, good books to read. I encourage people. Lord Jamar from Brand Nubian, his challenge was read books.
Right.
That was a dope piece. Instead of having money in your ear, put the books to you. Grab some books. Critical Thinking, another good book. Ryan Cooper, read that book. So we got to educate ourselves. So for the new year, to these brothers and sisters, read. So read about money.
But you know what? The importance of having a good black leader in the black community is that, a lot of these young brothers are following these rappers as, role models. Well, I remember when I was young, I thought them rappers was actually out there doing all that. When I heard Scarface and them talking about robbing banks and walking up to somebody's house and blow his brains out, I thought they was actually doing that. It didn't dawn on me till I was in my 20s that these rappers were just entertainers. And I actually thought it was cool to go out there and do all that. And that's why...
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't cool. But that's the sad part about it. I talk about... like I said, I'm in the shop. I'm a barber. I'm in the shop, and we talk about that. That's part of the conversation, And I never forget when I first heard gangster rap, and that's the catalyst of it, of this destruction, if you want to say that. And again, I can't knock the brother. I can't knock Face. I can't knock Easy E, Cube. Well, you see how Cube evolved. Great storytelling. But again, to brothers that don't read, they cannot take their mind to another level. That's their reading to a certain extent. It's verbal. It's like an audible, really, an app of audible, where they're reading to you about the life. And then, like I said, we take that. We take, oh man, that's how I'm gonna come up. That's how I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna keep it real, dog. I think like Jay-Z, big ups to him, but he made a ton of money talking about drug dealing.
Right.
Now you're conscious now, and then the excuse is, oh, I grew up. A lot of brothers went to jail because of emulating the rappers, like we say. They emulate the lifestyle that's talked about through music. And that's the downfall. But then let's go back to the conscious rappers that talked about uplifting our community. Big ups to them.
Right.
Sadat X, this one, Public Enemy. It's a bunch of brothers kicking it. I want to bring some more brothers today, younger brothers that's kicking some knowledge. There's a few of them I just can't name drop right now, but like I said, that was the issue that trickles down to 2017, going into 2018, and then you have, like I said, we just have a small group that's saying, okay, brothers, let's stop. But that's the hard part. When you got three brothers trying to educate, but now there's conflict with them. Right. Man, they like man, I ain't about to listen to none of y'all cats because y'all ain't saying nothing either. So I'm gonna go back to listen to my dogs. That's about the streets, because that's why I'm in these streets. It's sad.
So, but you know what, and so yeah, and that's something else we got to talk about is the X clans, the public enemies, and whatnot. And then nowadays, if you talking positive in your rap, you're not gonna get a record deal. You're definitely not gonna get any radio play. We don't own any of these avenues. And it's sad that now, since we don't have any black scholars to follow outside of Umar and them, it's going to be the rappers. That's dangerous to be following them. We need these scholars to be telling these young brothers it ain't cool to be selling drugs, killing each other. That's the worst thing you can do, because we've actually thought it was cool back then to sell drugs and kill each other, because that's what was the message was being told to us.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. Here's the add to what you just said. Again, when you don't have knowledge and you're not taking the initiative to feed your mind instead of waiting on somebody else, you're going to gravitate to that. And that's a lot of people, you know. And it does, you know, we have to, yeah, okay, I listen to that, but I don't have to take it verbatim. Mm-hmm. But that, it starts at the home too. If you're coming from a broken home,
and 90% of us are.
Right, say it again.
And 90% of our children today in 2017 are coming from just that.
Right, they come from a broken home. So a home that's lacking knowledge, that's lacking telling you what you need to do, and then you really can't even go to school because you rely on the school system to educate you. You're not going to get educated.
Right, you're not gonna get educated.
To the negative, which is so funny. It's like it's like that negative just grabbed you. But again, it's the cosmetic aspect of what we're looking for or what we see. You know, I mean, fine women, my man with money, my man with fresh cars.
Absolutely.
That's the glamour. It's the glamour. So, you know, hard work. There's nothing wrong with it, but then there's nothing right with it either. I don't want to work hard for 30 years and still don't have nothing to show for it. So now it's like, okay, 30 years of working, but then you have something to show for it. So there's so many other, that's a pitfall too. Working hard, but also being smart. You know, but again, I mean, there's pitfalls to that. There's pitfalls to listening to rap music. I mean, we can go on and on. But now I think now it's about being smarter. And then also now it's about being able to say, hey, I'm not going to tolerate the nonsense of trying to make it. You know, it shouldn't be this hard to make it. And, you know, a lot of people say, I want to be able to have a solid career with the benefits, being able to have a beautiful home, raising my family. And then if you have that, then you have a beautiful companion where y'all can go to. And then, you know, God, you know, hey, put God, giving praise to God, giving praise to the Creator.
Hey, so, and I think that's what we need as far as with unity amongst each other and family members. A lot of times, most of our families are even every man for himself, and that's what we're dealing with, man. It's every man for himself instead of our homes coming together and families coming together, man. I know a lot of, like far as with baby daddies, baby mamas, and they're separate, man. They're fighting amongst each other instead of working together to better themselves as a family. And that's what we need in our black leaders, is to teach just that, man. Is us to come, especially financial. Now, that's what Dr. Boyce Watkins, I respect all three of them. You know, and a lot of people say they're not rocking with this one, they're not rocking with this one. I don't care about their personal beef with each other, because I can see every side of the story on why they kind of beefing and don't mess with each other. But that's also a sad issue too. Every time we build up an organization, we don't even allow anybody else to come tear it down. We tear it down ourselves. We can't get along.
Yeah, you're right. And here's the problem. You know, not having culture. You know, if you so like you said, the moment we try to work together, we don't have a culture, we don't have a guideline that say, okay, hey, we can do this. I think that's been also the biggest plague in our community, is lack of culture. Bam, you're doing your thing. Hey, big ups to you, Donald. Whatever the support system.
Right.
We should have that. Instead of just constantly, but that's the thing, you know, that's the conditioning. You know, we don't have culture. We don't have the respect of each other. And that comes with culture. If any man is doing something, we commend him. We help each other. We build each other. And that's the foundation. everybody having their role in the foundation, different roles in the foundation.
And yeah, that's what we need as a community is a foundation. And that's that's definitely what's broken in our community, man. So, that's something we have to fix. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. But I just wanted to bring y'all my take on Dr. Boyce Watkins. I see why Dr. Umar came at Boyce Watkins, man. I would feel that way too. And I don't think the degrees I don't even care if Dr. Umar was a doctor or not. His knowledge enough. When he talks, the only brother that I ever heard speak better than him was Brother Malcolm X, and that's speaking wonders. His speeches speak alone, Dr. Umar. So a lot of people think he arrogant as far as with how he talks, but man, he could back it up. You know what I'm saying? And nobody says nothing about Michael Jordan saying I'm the best that did it. Well, you know what I'm saying, being arrogant, or Michael Jackson saying, hey, I'm the, or whatever the case, as far as being arrogant. I don't care about that. You arrogant, but as long as you're doing good for the community, man, you 100 with me, period. I still respect all three. I rock with more. I rock with, know what I'm saying, Dr. Umar more than Tariq. Dr. Boyce Watkins definitely is needed. Financial literacy, man. We out here buying Jordans, rims, shoes, all this unnecessary stuff we don't need, man. That's definitely very, very much needed in the black community, man. We in big hard shape.
Yeah, I hate to say that. I don't want to say we're in hard shape. I think these brothers need to sit down and talk. And then if they need a mediator. Cornell West, I like Cornell West, Michael Eric Dyson. If there's some other brothers that can say, hey, look, what's going on? What's going on? I mean, again, I'm going to say other names. I don't know. But all of them are good. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
I just think they just need to sit down and, resolve the issue so we can move forward. Hey, I have nothing but mad love for all the brothers because I listen to all of them. I listen to all of them, and I can't just say I pick everything from each one on how to be a black man. You need more scholars out there to help. So it's truly needed. I figured, hey, squash the beef, and the thing is for the seeds that's coming up. Myself, yourself. And more brothers, more sisters, let's end the madness before it gets out of hand.
Right. All right, so Glorious is saying, what's your take on the school? My take on the school is I feel a school is definitely much needed in the black community, a black-owned school. I personally think that he's still going to build the school. A lot of people like, what is he doing? I've had a lot of people hit me up and say that they know. I mean, I know a lot of people that know Dr. Umar, a friend of mine from Detroit, and he's saying he is actively looking at schools. It is not cheap to own a school. However, an independent black school without the influence of whites outside the school, I feel that if and he wants a totally independent, man. I know a school out here in the suburbs, man, is millions, and they taking the tax dollars. So not only do you need a school, you need a constant income coming into the school. It is not easy to get a school, and it's
definitely do. But and then, okay, you say independent school. Okay, you still got to be accredited, even though it's still in an accreditation through the state. Mm-hmm. Even though he can still independently open it, it's still got to be accredited. Right. He's still gonna need a platform to show where the education is coming from. It ain't just gonna be him. This is gonna be him by himself, but he's gonna need some other educators.
But you know what? I feel like this too. Man, just like he say, man, we gonna go out and spend $2 billion tonight alone, black people, on liquor. Tonight we're gonna do that.
Oh yeah.
In the club, the club is gonna charge $100, $150, $200 tonight to get in. The club is. Each club is going to be packed with over 500 people. We're going to give all these white clubs, each one, and there's about 1,000 in Chicago. Each one of them, we're going to give $50,000, $60,000 just to walk into the just to walk into the club tonight. Just to walk into the club tonight, we're going to give black people, are going to give just the club, white club owners, just to walk in the door tonight, 70. How many people you think will be at each club? Packed. Jam packed. They can charge $150 to walk in. $15 for a Long Island. Each person is going to spend a minimum $200 going into the club. So we won't even give Dr. Umar $15 each. And if we do, we crying about it. But tonight, we're going to willingly give out billions. Literally give out billions tonight. One day, Christmas, not even going to count that. Just tonight. And we won't have a problem with it. But our schools are in ruins. And we won't even fight to have a black-owned school. So to me, I don't care what Dr. Umar, even if he didn't do anything with it, giving him my money, I'd rather give to him than these white club owners and stay in tonight. So we don't have any discipline. If I was to say all black people, and we don't have any leaders that could do that. Martin Luther King was able to orchestrate the boycott to nobody ride the bus. If Dr. Umar said tonight, everybody stay in. Don't go to the club. Don't buy no liquor. We saving at least $2 billion. You think black people gonna do that? Not even a chance.
No. But again, see, again, that comes with education. That comes with, being able to say, educating people about spending their money. But like again, that's you talk about. This is a long conditioning process. Hey, getting the okay. I'm not going to go out to the club. I'm not going to spend no money. A lot of them will be like, man, they're not going to listen. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they're not going to listen, but being educated. Honestly, if we had our own clubs, and I could say, yeah, that'd be great going to the club to make the black-owned establishments more money. But there's not even a lot of black clubs that's being patronized.
Not at all.
So, again, Umar, you got to support him. I mean, you got to support Tariq. I mean, 'cause I support Tariq. I have the hidden colors. So, I mean, we're going to be technical about where did that money go? Okay, well, I'm selling these DVDs. Where did the money for the DVDs go?
Right.
I mean, to be really technical, and then anybody we support, where does the money go?
Right.
Let's break it down. So, I mean, again, they just need to resolve their conflict. I would love for them to sit down, all of them, and say, okay, look, man, y'all, we can't afford this tension right here. The bigger issue that we got this man in office. We got a lot of other people that's just not having our best interests as we move forward into this second year of this man's term. And that's the problem. I mean, this tax hike, insurance. Not having affordable insurance. I mean, the list goes on. And these brothers need to come together because the bigger picture is that how we going to survive. How our dollar is going to help us.
Right. All right. So
minimum wage.
Okay.
Say it again, bro.
All right. So somebody said what we need to do is have a conversation about having priorities and making sure those priorities are straight. Absolutely. We complain about our situation. We don't own any businesses, but we're going to go out and spend hundreds of millions of dollars tonight alone. If Dr. Umar was to say, give me all y'all, or anybody was to say, give me all your alcohol and club money tonight. Each one of y'all spending $200. Y'all would do that for the Floyd Mayweather fight in a heartbeat. Take that money and let's open a business and start a Black Wall Street. How many black people do you think will say, let's do that? But we're not disciplined. We don't have priorities. We don't have leaders who have an influence enough. But it's been proven that the CIA, anybody that has a big influence, just like the brother out of Chicago, the Black Panther, they killed anybody that has a big influence, like Martin Luther King that was killed, Malcolm X that was killed. CIA all had a hand in all of those. Anybody that gets any power and authority gets taken down, gets killed all of a sudden.
Right. That's the problem. I mean, that's one of the problems. Like you said, Fred Hampton from Chicago. I mean, even Harold Washington from Chicago. So many names that was trying to have be able to bring financial knowledge, financial literacy to the black community. It have been eliminated. We need more. We need more people to come together. For the safety as well. I mean, like you said, Floyd Mayweather. I mean, this man made a lot of money, and but what he's doing with his money, he's over those strip clubs. You know, bars and strip clubs. You know, I mean, he could do. Again, I don't want to put the whole responsibility on him, but at least take the initiative to say, okay, hey, here's 20 million, which he had, and 20 million is more than enough to start a school. It's more than enough. Well, you can educate the seeds and and educate. I would say just maybe just a school, just a learning center for everybody. Because everybody needs education. You know, some older people that want to go back and just have some sort of knowledge of how to live, or just being able to read. There's a lot of illiterate people that can't read is out here. So I mean, the list goes on and on, as far as schools, but just being able to educate our community. Period.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, bro, man. Thanks for being a guest on my show, man. Appreciate you. This is Dante Sampson, man. Y'all can catch him on Facebook, man, YouTube. Man, appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and
no doubt, my brother. It's a pleasure, man. Happy New Year to everybody. Again, it's definitely an honor to be on your show, my brother. Again, it's all about just going to the next level. You know, educating ourselves. There's another book, if y'all want to read, it's called Weak Money. That's a really good book, and it talks about wealth transfer. You know, financial wealth transfer. And I mean, it's a ton. I mean, again, just get out here and just go to the library, go to the bookstore. There's a ton of books to read to get you to the next level, where you want to go.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, bro, for your info, man. Appreciate you.
All right, my brother. Enough respect.